Hello, my name is Samantha Mudge. I'm a foster EFT practitioner. I have been living in England, but I'm now half between England and the USA, and I'm here with Laura Worley. Hi.
Hello, I'm so glad you made it here to help me with a crossfire. I'd like to ask you a few questions.
Of course.
What really drew you to foster EFT?
Oh, goodness me. Like many people, I think I got to a point in my life where emotional eating was ruling my life. It sounds like nothing, just a bit of food, but my weight kept fluctuating. I'd had eating disorders as a child, and for some reason, I was still in this place of overeating. I knew what I needed to do to lose weight, nutrition, exercise, I knew it all. I've tried so many different modalities, and yet there I was again, and it just felt like the worst thing. Why is this still happening? Why can't I let go of this behavior? I was desperate. I felt like, really, I don't want to live a life if this is how I'm going to live. And my mum actually had said something about EFT. I already knew a little bit about it. And so I Googled foster EFT, losing weight or something like that. And then on Google, it just came up with foster EFT, and I was like, gimmicky, I don't want anything to do with that. But it's faster, so I had a little look. I saw how powerful it really was, how it combined all the modalities that I'd already looked into and just made it this real powerhouse of a technique. And so I started getting a practitioner, and the journey begins.
So what did it really do for you?
Okay, so I went there for the emotional eating part. Now, honestly, that cleared quite quickly, and we didn't really work on food. What we worked on was anxiety, lack of confidence, not feeling good enough, approval, all kinds of things that were prevalent for me at that time. And once I addressed those and went to some of these memories that, some of them I didn't even think had any effect on me, but when I went there, they were loaded with emotion that I was carrying around and acting from at that time. And so clearing that, I didn't need to eat so much anymore,
So you noticed a change in how you address food?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay.
That was huge.
And how has it really stood the, kind of time? You started there.
Yep.
How are you today with what you look at? How do you address your issues that you had in the past? Are they there? Are they still here?
So it's a journey. I really see this as a journey. And initially, the issues that were making me overeat at that time got addressed.
Okay.
And then my whole life changed. I became a practitioner. My whole life just was like spinning around. I wasn't in the same job. I've been traveling around. So different issues were coming up. And I went through a phase of, I'm healed, I've had these amazing sessions, I don't need to do any work on myself anymore. And that didn't work out so well. And so I actually found that I found myself turning to food again for certain things. I was like, oh, it's back. And honestly, it wasn't. The way I look at it now, I can see what happened. I'd stopped working on myself. Things had changed. I was coming at things from a different place. I was a completely different person, the way I dealt with things and reacted. But the emotional eating came back because I wasn't dealing with my emotions at that time. So what really taught me is this is a journey. You keep tapping. You don't have a 2-hour wonder session and it's all done. I mean, wonderful if that's what happens, but this is a practice. It's a practice, and you do it every time you get emotions. And now it's like I see it. If I ever find that urge, it doesn't control me anymore.
So you're able to recognize it,
Absolutely.
See your pattern just because of what you've learned through
it's just
EFT.
like ding, ding, ding. Here's something else you can go and work on. Something else you can let go of and move on from.
So I understand that you do have a practice.
I do, yeah.
Okay, and what do you specialize in?
So I actually specialize in the food, the weight loss, the image, the body image is huge. This kind of desperation of why I just want to be normal.
Are you able to help people with anorexia, bulimia?
Absolutely, yeah. I've worked with people on that level, and this is a huge thing. If I could work with more, I had bulimia and anorexia when I was a teenager, and this was, obviously I didn't use foster EFT at the time because I didn't know about it. I recovered from the anorexia, but I kept the emotions. And so that's why I went to the overeating. And now I've been able to go back and deal with the anorexic stuff, the reasons why I went to that in the first place. So by freeing myself from that, I'm free.
Excellent. You'll be so good in helping others understand and using Faster EFT and helping them.
That's it, yeah.
So why do you do what you do?
Because I don't think that any woman or man should go through life feeling like they are controlled by food, feeling inferior, not good enough, all those things that I used to feel myself. I knew there was more. And I feel like I found something that really can show people how to be their very, very best. And it doesn't matter what age you are, you can change things. You let go of the past and you can be the person you really are. And what I found working with people is that they'll come to me with these food issues. They'll come to me with weight and everything else. But what happens is we don't even have to work on food. It's all that other stuff. They get the confidence. They get the relationships, the money, the jobs. They get the self-love. Now that sounds a little bit cliche if you haven't been around this, but when I see those people, kind of like the work that we've done today, we just did some crossfires, and when they get to that place of looking at themselves and really acknowledging who they are, that's where the joy and life comes from. And to be able to help people with that, I can't describe it. That's why I do it.
Excellent. Okay, so what would you say to anyone else that's watching this video at this very moment that is struggling? What could you give them?
First thing, you're not broken. There's nothing wrong with you. I always felt like there was. Why aren't I normal? I've heard this time and time again from my clients, like I don't deserve it. Maybe I'm just never meant to be normal, healthy, sexy. It's not true. It's not true. And there is hope. There's light at the end of that tunnel. And there is a way to find that peace and to free yourself. I felt like I was in a prison. I felt like I was completely controlled daily, hourly by food. And it's just not there anymore. You know, there is hope. There is a way to be free and to live your life and have everything that you want. And you do have a choice. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Laura.